Today we're going to show you some real-world examples.
Yeah.
We're going to be working with SyncOS.
SyncOS, exactly. Well, let's look at how to integrate an AMR, which is an autonomous mobile robot.
Okay, an AMR?
Yeah, with an email system.
All right, so we're going to have a robot sending emails.
Not exactly sending emails, but triggering them based on certain events.
Okay, that makes more sense. So you can imagine, like, if the robot encounters an error, it could automatically send an email alert.
Exactly. Or if it completes a task, you could have it send a notification.
All right, back to the SyncOS homepage.
You know what to do? Hit that Add Sync button. Clicked. Let's name this sync AMR Task Notification.
AMR task notification.
Okay.
Into the setup.
First step, we select the AMR system, which in this case is MAG AMR FMS. We'll call this step AMR Task Cancellation.
MAG AMR FMS selected and step named. What kind of actions can we trigger on the robot?
There are lots of possibilities depending on the robot, but for this example, we're going to use the destroy a task function.
Destroy a task. So we can basically tell the robot to stop doing something.
Exactly. If a task becomes unnecessary or there's a problem, you can cancel it remotely.
Makes sense.
So you'd configure any specific parameters for the task cancellation, like the task ID, and then save this step. Now for the second step, we'll add the email component.
Plus button clicked, email selected.
We'll call this step Send Task Cancellation Email. And our edge condition, as always, is to wait for confirmation from the previous step. So only after the destroy a task command has been successfully executed will we send the email.
Okay, so the email acts as a confirmation that the robot has stopped what it was doing.
Exactly.
And we can set up the content of the email right here in SyncOS.
That's right. You'd add the recipient's email address, the subject line, something like AMR task successfully canceled. And then the body of the email could include details about the task, why it was canceled, the time, all that good stuff.
Okay, so once we save this email step, the entire workflow is set up and ready to go.
Exactly. SyncOS will take care of everything else. It'll send the command to the robot, wait for confirmation, and then send the email notification.
That's a really efficient way to manage those kinds of situations.
It is, and it highlights how you can use SyncOS to create these chains of events where one system triggers another.
So if you're looking for a way to streamline your workflows, save time, and reduce errors,
give SyncOS a try.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to the deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.